being a Muslim in your 20s in the West is actually hard when you have really amazing, big goals that you want to accomplish, because a lot of people settle for the normal. I'm someone who always have tried to go to the maximum and highest position that you could achieve in life. I don't want to settle for normal. I have so much energy in me that I just want to pour it in something 100% and have amazing return on it, and actually have a crazy life. Now, without even doing anything, I've had a crazy life. I've lived in many countries, many cultures, but I want to actually do something on my own. I tried with football, soccer, didn't manage it, tried with art, but it didn't really stick with me because of religious purposes. So now the second thing I want to do, the third thing I want to do is entrepreneurship. And now that works within all realms of life. So now I want to do that. Now the thing is, doing it while you're studying, doing it while you're trying to be a good family member and friend, doing it while you're trying to be a good religious person, and yeah, it's very far. It's just three things, but just those three, trying to maintain all of that while trying to do some kind of business or entrepreneurship or making money is really hard, because the thing is, you have limited time and limited energy, and entrepreneurship takes a lot of thinking, a lot of energy, a lot of tries, a lot of fails, a lot of processes, and a lot of very long and steady growth, in which you can really speed up the process. And one of the things that I've realized after doing like a year of entrepreneurship and learning is that entrepreneurship is a thing of a long game. How much you want it to be, especially if you're someone like me who has literally $0 starting out broke to a certain extent with no support. And I've been blessed to have been gifted things like a phone and a PC and stuff like that that are tools that actually make me money. That I can make money with. It's an asset. But imagine if I hadn't had these things, I would have been cooked. But what I mean is that because you create your own value, right? You essentially have to find people to give. You have to find people that are willing to give you money for something that you're gonna do for them, while they don't know you, they don't know your skill, they don't know if they can trust you, they don't know to what extent. I mean, how are you going to do all of that, right? And I'm trying to do it as fast as possible because I don't want to get a job. The degree that I'm pursuing is not something I'm gonna pursue in the future. I'm gonna do it before I go to university so that I can sustain myself and not be a burden to my family. A lot of the reason why I want to make money is not because I want money. I'm someone who can be really satisfied with very little things. I get fun and joy out of life with very little. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it to serve them better, to not be a burden, and that's about it. I mean, entrepreneurship and freelancing and money making thing is not fun. I'm going to tell you that I'm not having fun doing the things that I do when it comes to trying to make money, but it is an essential part of life. I mean, you need one thing to get another thing. Exchange value. It is how you eat, and so the thing is, it requires intense focus and energy and mental strength to be able to resist to you essentially working a lot and not making anything out of it. Like, for example, I wanted to have a client, and to prove that I could be someone that he could pay me with his money, I had to prove him that I would work for him for free. For 1 month, I worked for him in a way that I didn't like, at a pace that I didn't like, for a thing that I didn't like, and it was just the most excruciating pain and mental uh, takes I had on my mind. Before that, the second month, I finally got money from him. Like, nobody wants that. I'm sorry to say that. But it is what it is when you try to offer service to the world. And so you have to study for school. You have to do your homework for school. You have to keep your cool when you're with your family. You have to keep a good relationship. You have to clean. You have to, take care of your house. Now you have to follow your obligatory acts as a religious person. You have to keep your standards and follow the rules. And then you have to have trust capabilities, skills, and you have to deliver your work fast with clients, and you have to improve, and you have to find people, and you have to deal with threats, comments, loss. And so you're balancing multiple plates, trying to make every single one of them to the highest standard. You have the best life without any stress, but keeping these fours are a stress because you can't split your energy in a very effective way. But the thing is, I'm not doing this for the fun. I'm doing this to set my future up for the better. I could not do my entrepreneurship now and do it after I get my degree, but the sooner I get it, the sooner I catch the opportunities that I'm seeing right now, the sooner I'm gonna be able to make money, and at the end, I'm gonna have a year of ahead of the competition when it comes to me being in the market. Entrepreneurship, it's a race. It's a long race, but it is a race. 1 year ahead, that's a huge head start. And a lot of people can't even take 1 to 2 months. So it's about consistency and keeping at it. But when you have multiple things at life, home, religion, and school, yeah, it gets pretty dark in your head and pretty heavy. But it is a price that I decided to pay in order to have a future that I'll be benefiting from. Do I, advise it? No, certainly not. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my family. Like I said, I'm doing it to have security, and I'm doing it for my afterlife, hereafter. If you're not a religious person, then I don't think it's gonna be useful. If you're not someone who has a big family or whatever, it's not gonna be useful. A lot of my motivations aren't even fueled by me, they're fueled by other people. So, also, that is an essence that I have in me that I value. If you don't value, making other people happy, then I don't. That's just one motivator that you lack. I mean, it's enough of a motivator for me to move on forward. And so, by creating value for myself, I am able to take that value and distribute it to everyone else, and that makes me happy, and that makes me live my life, and that makes it easier to follow my religion, to please my family, and to be a good person after all. So it all makes sense for me. It follows through my essence, it follows through my religious duties, and it is something that I don't think I will ever back away from, no matter the stress that I have. It's definitely hard to when nobody has done the thing that you're doing or wants you to do the thing that you're doing right now. Uh, you know, it's just taking pain and eating it when you don't have to for a, a time. And while they can't see the return on it, I mean, you just have a different measuring stick when it comes to that. I'm seeing myself in 5 years. They can't even see past 2 months. You're working on something for 2 months and you're already seeing how much checks you have been missing from working like those 2 months at a regular job. Like, they are right. You literally missed on 2 month paid checks, paid salaries because of some things you're doing online. But they don't know the concept of, you know, asymmetrical returns when it comes to business and entrepreneurship. So if you're in it, be extremely patient and whatever they say. Don't be angry at them. They just don't know it. They haven't learned about it. Even my mom, who has learned about the concept of entrepreneurship and the things I'm telling her, she still feels impatient and still asking me where are the results. I can't comprehend that. Well, I'm not even working on it 100% because of school. It's not going to come as early as she thinks. Like, even if I didn't have anything else to do in the day and I still work on it 100% of all the days, of all the month, of all the years, I'm not going to make it year one or year two. It's something that she has to accept. But it's an unknown concept, unknown, perspective, and you are the only one who gets that. And so you have to put in your head that it's not hatred, it's ignorance, and they're doing it and saying things for your good. But you have to stand by what you think is right and keep at your missions, because when it's going to be accomplished, then they're never going to say a word, and you have to be in gratitude towards that, because this is what you have been working on, not to prove them wrong, but to prove yourself right.